again. Yeah. Number 1. Right, number 3 again.
We said this one wouldn't work, Miss Brittas.
Right, back row number 1, front row number 2. That's the one. You know what that pose says to me?
We've been standing here for 1 hour, 45 minutes.
No. It says we're a team, but we're also individuals. We're cheerful, but we're also serious about our commitment to you, the customer, who's entrusted to us your safety and physical well-being during the time you're here at Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre. Right, I think we're ready to go. Oh, now you will make sure you get the sports field in over there. We just had it specially mowed.
I've set it for a full 180 degrees, Mr. Brittas.
Right. Smile pleasantly, Carol.
I'll go through it again. The camera will start to my left. That's your right. It will then pan across, taking approximately 20 seconds to reach the other side. So please, keep as still as possible.
Julie, keep still.
Oh, the baby's kicking. I'm keeping still for 2 here. Colin.
They've cut the grass, Linda. It's playing havoc with my rhinitis.
Ready?
Either that or I haven't quite recovered from the bronchial catarrh last week.
We're rolling. Sorry. Mobile means urgent. Brittas. Hello, my darling. We're sitting for the photo right now. Yes, I'll get plenty of copies. Well, 1 to go above reception, of course, 1 for each of the kids' scrapbooks, and I thought 1 to go above the mantelpiece instead of that picture by that Norwegian. Well, I can't understand why it is your favourite, Helen. It's just a picture of a lady holding her head and screaming. Ready? Right, better go now, my love. Yes, I'd love to know what you got planned for today, but call you back in 5 minutes. Promise. Bye. Sorry about that.
We're rolling.
It is a catarrh.
Oh, God!
You should have been wearing green like the rest of us.
It's an Yves Saint Laurent.
Please, boys.
Yves Saint Laurent?
Yeah, well, deputy managers get an extra clothing allowance, you know.
Yes, all right, there's no need to ram it down my throat.
Look, it's no pay being deputy manager, you know. I have to shoulder a lot of extra responsibility. The buck stops here.
Boys!
I'm going to have to go and change this shirt.
Hurry up, Gabby. And where do you think you're going, Penny?
I'm going to turn a woman over on a sunbed. Miss Brittas, we ought to go and check everything's all right with the pirate party.
Curly whirlies!
What?
I've forgotten to put the curly whirlies in the picnic bags.
Toilet.
Check them, Miss Brittas.
Just get back as quickly as you can, please. Haven't you got somewhere to go, Timothy?
Mr. Brittas, if I get the franchise for the canteen, this will be my farewell photo. I don't want to miss that. In fact, I'm quite happy to wait here all day.
That won't be necessary, Tim.
The buck stops there.
Pool? I think she's saying pool.
We weren't even allowed to get out.
Towels? We hadn't even finished warming up yet. Yes, and we've had 1 round of soggy sandwiches, 3 balloons, the Treasure Island's got a puncture, and now I've got 27 kids dripping wet and going berserk in the corridor.
Well, I'm sorry, but until the centre's properly staffed...
Oh, hang on, I tell a lie. 24. Because when he turned up, 3 jumped out of the pool and locked themselves in the minibus. Mind you, to be fair, 2 did ask for his autograph because they thought they'd seen him in Nightmare on Elm Street. Your mummy?
No,
No, sorry, she wants her money back.
So do I.
Yeah.
I can't possibly authorise a refund...
No, you're supposed to be the deputy manager, aren't you?
I'm not really deputy, more sort of trainee. On trial. See Mr. Brittas. He'll sort everything out.
No.
Yes.
Right.
Mini Mars bar, mini bounty, slammer whammer, curly whirly. Mini Mars bar,
Think what it'll do to their teeth, Colin. You'll have the parents up in arms.
It's all kids eat, Linda. That and jellies.
They've hardly touched them. Colin, this tastes rather odd.
Dessert topping, Linda.
It's carpet foam.
No. It can't possibly be carpet foam because I always put the carpet foam in the top shelf of my locker after I finish cleaning for the evening. I thought those carpets smelt funny.
Are we now ready?
Yes!
We're rolling.
Sorry.
What? Now? I can't just keep up this smiling, you know.
Look, we've lost the sun.
It's gone behind a cloud, Mr. Brittas. We tend to get them in this country.
Does it really matter that much, Mr. Brittas?
Gavin, once he presses that button, we are captured for prosperity. When in years from now, people are trawling through the archives and they wipe the dust off Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre Team 1996, what is it to be? A merely acceptable image taken in a dullish light? Or the 10 of us bathed in glorious sunshine with the centre glinting in the background? I think we all know the answer.
Clouding over, Mr. Brittas.
Nah, look, let's just adjourn to the centre and I'll keep a check on the weather reports.
I'm booked to go to Tenerife a week on Tuesday.
Right, attention please. All areas previously off limits are now once more accessible. Except that is for the gym and the swimming pool. Right, so swimmers may paddle in the foot wash. Aerobics may take place by the salad bar, and the pirate party can take place in squash court 3. Wet feet. Carol, flip-flops all round, please.
Yes, Miss Brittas. That's £2.50 and £5 deposit per pair, thank you.
Why didn't we just close the centre for the morning?
Why is Watford Gap nowhere near Watford? Why do we get fluff in our belly buttons? Mr. Brittas, you know you've got that man from English Heritage waiting upstairs?
Yeah.
And they're still waiting to demolish the old air raid shelter.
Yeah.
Mr. Brittas, I wondered, do you think it might be an idea to postpone the photograph until tomorrow morning?
Gavin, have you been to Safeways recently? There is a giant display of pineapple chunk cans there. Take one can from the middle of the pile, and what happens?
You get beaten up by the store detectives.
The whole display collapses, Timothy.
I see.
See this diary? If we postpone the photograph till tomorrow, what happens is we have to move the air conditioning service to the afternoon, which means you have to postpone the Argos Whitbury branch squash semi-final draw to the following day, which has serious knock-on implications for the locker security review, the Southern Counties Leisure Centres Association logo shortlist discussion, and Dawn Dippers enrolment session 2.
But the afternoon's completely free. What about then?
Whoa, no, it's not, Timothy. It's a free afternoon session. We have to keep one afternoon free a month to get our breath back. If you'll excuse me.
Oh, welcome to Whitby Newtown Leisure Centre. How
May I help you? Yes. Well, you can start by looking after that and this. It's got my spare films in.
That'll be £2.
What?
Storage fee. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
What, the £2?
No, the bag. Oh, Mr. Mendip!
No.
Please!
No.
Ben loves parties.
I remember last year, Mrs. Parkinson.
He had such a good time.
He got hold of the fly-mo.
He was just a little high-spirited.
I used to do Punch and Judy shows, you know.
Blooming kids. Hey, wait!
What?
You can't do it yet!
Look, this demolition was booked for 10:30. We've been wired up ready for the last hour. I can't leave it like this. I've got to make it safe.
Yeah, well, Mr. Brittas wants his photo with all the staff.
But I saw you all go back in.
Yeah, but we'll all be coming out again as soon as the sun comes out. Mr. Brittas wants the light to be just right.
It's only a photo, not Lawrence of Arabia.
Hey, it's not going to be a right big bang, is it? I don't want to give birth.
No, it's muffled. It's just 4 concrete walls. They'll implode. As long as there is nothing inside, there won't be any debris either.
I wonder how many 7-year-olds you could fit in there.
Sorry about that, Mr. Humphreys. I said sorry about that, Mr. Humphreys. You now have my undivided attention, sir.
Yes. Well, if you're sure.
Yes, Julie?
I've got you the Met Office.
Thank you, Julie. With you in a micro sec. Hello, Gordon Brittas, Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre. Oh, you've heard of us, have you? Yes, well, you see, we've reached a bit of a cloudy spell at the moment, so I was wondering if you could confirm when we can next expect a gap of sunshine of at least 10 clear minutes. I'd have thought it was pretty easy, actually. At the moment, we have bands of cumulostratus, usually indicative of a fast-moving weather front. All you've got to do is cross-reference our map position, 5135 north, 2 west, with your latest satellite map, and then measure the wind speed, and Bob's your uncle. All right? Bye. Bye. Right, where were we, Mr. Humphreys?
Now, you've made an application to our office for your centre to be registered as a...
It's all right, Mr. Humphreys. It's only a regular Wednesday morning fire alarm test. You are very jumpy, aren't you? What I recommend to you is our Health Spa de-stress programme, tailor-made for people like yourself who suffer from premature ageing.
Look, I am fine. It's just sudden noises. I just spent 3 months on the Isle of Iona supervising the underpinning of the monastery. I still haven't got reacclimatised.
Do excuse me. Hello, my darling. It's going to have to be quick, I'm afraid. Really? I'm very proud, Helen. Very, very proud indeed. Now, you be careful. You've not done this sort of exercise before.
I've got a message from the Met Office for you.
All right, thanks, Julie. Now, my darling, what I suggest you do is some warm-up exercises, because you're going to put a lot of pressure on your femur. What I suggest is 10 groin squeezes. What is it, Julie?
Right, well, they said the next sunny interval will be at 11:35 and last 12.5 minutes. There will then be a short shower which should just clear the filthy air at the east end of the car park.
Excellent, Julie.
I think they were being facetious, Mr. Brittas.
Gotta go now, my darling. Yes, I'm behind you 110% of the way. All right? Bye. Nah. Mr. Humphreys, how many men can boast of a wife who at the age of 40 decides to take up jumping?
Are you feeling better, Mrs. Brittas?
Armitage shanks.
Pardon?
Toilet rolls. They're always armitage shanks, aren't they? Yeah, I tell a lie. I saw an Ideal Standard just after breakfast.
Oh, don't cry, Ben. I'm sure there might be a party bag at the end of the day.
Can we have some more balloons up there, please?
Yes, of course, Mr. Mendip. I'm very sorry I tried to get Ben invited to your party. It was very pushy of me. Especially when you'd got all the numbers worked out. They've just got to learn, haven't they? A good dose of sitting all alone, listening to all the happy, laughing voices. I think a child lucky enough to get a head start in paranoia and insecurity.
Yeah, all right. Let him come.
Oh, Ben, you shall go to the party. Perhaps if it's all right, Mr. Oh, Ben, stop that. Put that sword away. Not now. Now, if you could just do this. Push the button here. Now, Ben's right side is his best, and he usually prefers the last present and pass the parcel, if that's all right, Mr. Mendip.
No.
Hold on.
He's busy!
Mr. Humphreys?
I am not stressed! Now, you've made application to us at English Heritage for your leisure centre to be registered as a Grade 1 listed building, Mr. Brittas. This status is usually conferred on buildings of a distinguished architectural and historical nature.
Precisely, which is why we have a duty to ensure that in 100 years from now, Whitbury Newtown Leisure Centre is still standing proud and erect, a monument to the great golden age of publicly available sport and leisure facilities with ample parking.
Oh, my God!
1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Can be. Toggles.
Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Oh, yes. My therapist said the only way you can really re-energise your life is to confront your own mortality. You think of your own worst nightmare. Your worst phobia. Submit yourself to it, conquer it, and you should come out of it purged of all your self-negative feelings. I don't have any phobias. Confined spaces, open spaces, drownings, electrocutions, being buried alive never really bothered me. I mean, when you're married to Gordon, you get quite used to them all. Then I thought, heights.
5 minutes.
Ever since our honeymoon. 2 weeks for the price of one at the Holiday Inn, Croydon. Gordon said he wanted to go there so he could see the diving board at the Crystal Palace Sports Centre. Apparently it's the highest in the country. There we were, right at the top. Gordon saying you just got to admire the cantilever tip-up seating system and their digital lane timers. When suddenly he slipped. I think it was his hush puppies. And I just froze. I can see it now. Standing at the top, peering over. Gordon hurtling through space. Those synchronised swimmers, small as dots, but...
Down the corridor. Second on the right.
We'll aim for the field next to the racecourse.
That Mrs. Brittas, isn't she the wife of...
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one who...
Yeah.
I know what he did was...
I know.
It was VE Day celebrations, damn it.
I know. Have you seen the state of the swimming pool? I mean, there's food in it, wrappers, bits of donut. One child hasn't even bothered to use the toilet.
Oh, don't. You're making me all nostalgic for Blackpool Beach.
Gavin! There's been another accident in the pool. Well, several actually, and I think it's something the kids have eaten.
Why do you think that?
I spent all last Saturday making these sandwiches. What a waste.
I see what you mean.
Still, never mind. We can scrape off the marge, take out the ham, clean film it all again till next time.
Well, it'll have to be cleaned up. We've got those natural childbirth semi-finals coming in later on. Tim, could you...
When I'm in charge of the canteen, I will never have to do this sort of thing again.
Yeah, so as a final gesture, if you could just run over the surface with net and skimmer, I'll...
Yes?
Well, do the liaising with Mr. Brittas, you know, keep him updated with progress reports and stuff.
Gavin?
Yes, Mr. Brittas?
At this precise moment, a Mr. Humphreys of English Heritage is touring our centre with a view to recommending that it be preserved as one of the nation's jewels, alongside Stonehenge, Westminster Abbey and Brockenhurst Volleyball Centre. Wouldn't it be a pity if his impressions were coloured by the rubbish bags outside the emergency exit?
Yes, Mr. Brittas.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't even think about it.
Oh no, it's my best Paul Smith.
All right, Gavin.
Oh, Linda, couldn't give us a hand, could you? Mr. Brittas wants these hidden away from the English Heritage Inspector. I thought we'd just put them in there for now. All right.
Okay.
Great.
Oi! I thought I was lending a hand.
Yes, I just thought I'd tell Mr. Brittas
Yes?
that you're lending a hand. Otherwise, he might wonder where you are, that sort of thing. Staff liaison.
What a mess. Well, that's kids.
Vasectomies, they're so easy.
Well, we'll have to drain the pool.
No need to drain the pool.
Where did he get that?
Well, it can't be Whitbury Scuba Club. They haven't been back since we covered the pool for the night, and they were still in there.
It's amazing what you can pick up at a car boot sale nowadays. I've just found this spare tank of air. Now, we'll use the skimmer for the liquid stuff on the surface, and any stubborn bits or stuff that's stuck in the filter, I'll pick up my hand into my underwater scooper. Should be done in a jiffy if you could just give me a hand. I should be about 20 minutes, Tim.
Why for you to get hold of you?
Divers have a special language, Tim. Now, this means, okay. I have a problem.
I'm drowning.
And no one air.
What about the sun's out, and if we don't get the photo done in the next 5 minutes, the photographer will have a nervous breakdown? Colin, one problem. I won't be underwater with you.
You're right, Tim. I hadn't thought about that. Hey, Tim, I can't miss that photograph. I've promised 3 copies to my Auntie Hetty in Tasmania, then there's my step-niece.
Here, tie this on here. And then, if we need to get hold of you, I'll just give you a yank.
Let me make it 3 yanks, just to be sure.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000.
5,000.
You open
6,000,
at 3,000, Mrs.
8,000,
Brittas.
9,000.
Mrs. Brittas, you've hit the ground.
What? Oh my God, I froze. What if that happens when I jump?
You're on a static line, Mrs. Brittas. If that fails, you've got a backup chute.
What if I lose it?
It's attached to your shoulder.
But what if I get attacked by a flock of starlings and they peg it off me?
Mrs. Brittas.
There's just so many things that could go wrong. I don't think I can go through with it.
But you've come through with flying colours so far. The fitness training, the rehearsal jump, filling in the supplementary life insurance form.
What?
Just a joke, Mrs. Brittas, to put you at your ease. Now, it's all very straightforward. We're going to let you out just 5 miles west of Whitbury, and you should land in a large open field there.
I think I'm making a terrible mistake. What do I do?
What would your husband want you to do?
Gordon. That's right, I'll ask Gordon. Where's the mobile? Oh no, I think I'm good. It's a turbulence. How high are we? Don't look out the window. Don't look out the window.
We haven't left the ground yet, Mrs. Brittas.
Oh, Humphrey, these are the original sliding doors.
Mr. Brittas, the deadline for application is today if you want to make the new register, so I must get on.
Well, you don't have much time to stand around here talking, do you?
Look, madam, we've got other jobs to go to. Tell your governor we either do it now or we've got to come back another day.
All right, I'll go and see Mr. Brittas. The man downstairs says, can he go ahead now? Otherwise, he'll have to come back later.
I've already told him to get on with it, Julie, as quickly as possible, please.
Right.
Oh, and could you tell him to make a note? We've got 3 disabled toilets and can handle teas up to 100 people.
Right.
Could you collect your son, please?
Why, is the party over already?
Oh, he had a screaming fit. So I let him have the big present at the end of Pass the Parcel. He carried on screaming, so I rigged musical chairs for him. I let him have the first prize in the pirate fancy dress, and the second and third and the consolation prize. Finally, he took 3 girls hostage in the racket locker, and he said he wouldn't release them until he'd been given all the party bags, which he's now eating.
Party bag?
Yes, all 27 of them.
You're letting him eat 27 party bags?
Oh.
Have you any idea what that will do to his teeth?
Son!
You don't look very well. You've gone very green. Shall I rub your tummy, make it feel better?
Sun's out! What? Sun's out. I'll get Mr. Brittas.
Oh, right. Darling, Mummy's got to go away for a minute. Oh, no! Don't be sick, Ben. I'll get a bucket.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brittas. It is a fairly attractive design, but we are only listing buildings that have specific historical interest. However, behind your building, I noticed an original Paukerby-Jepson concrete air raid shelter, one of only 2 remaining in existence. Not only do I recommend it for Grade 1 status, but to alter it in any way would be an infringement of the Town and Country Planning Act 1970.
Helen?
Sun's out!
What? Got a dash, my darling?
What?
Not you, Hump.
What happened to that blooming gas canister?
Well, it was here before.
Sun's out! Oh!
Colin! 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 Colin!
Off limits again. But customers are welcome, of course, to gather in reception and avail themselves of facilities therein. Thank you, bye.
What facilities?
Well, there's vending machines, a view of the car parks, a lovely floor to walk
Miss
on.
Brittas, come to a gleat, Colin!
Excuse me 1 second, please. What's wrong with him?
He's just gone to see. Can I have a picture? Ah.
He's come up too quick. He's got the bends. And then to get an ambulance.
Please, Mr. Brittas, I'll be all right. Don't let me stop.
Stay calm, Colin. We've got to get you to hospital.
But Mr. Brittas...
You've got to go to a decompression chamber.
Mr. Brittas...
Ambulance will be here next Wednesday.
What?
I got that switchboard operator you keep timing with your stopwatch.
I have an idea.
Well, I think it's rather flattering.
Oh, Mr. Brittas, Mr. Humphries could take Colin. We could just slide him in.
Right, as quickly as possible, please. We will, of course, refund your petrol, providing you supply me with a receipt and a note of the mileage at the start and at the end of your journey. All right?
Gordon!
My darling.
Mr. Brittas, the photographer says we've got to hurry up. There's more cloud coming.
Good God, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done. I mean, we're at 8,000 feet now, and I think...
What was that, my darling? I can hardly hear you.
What do you mean, Mr. Brittas?
We've got to go now, or there's a gap in the clouds. It's now or never.
She didn't wait for the signal! We haven't even cleared Whitbury!
Do we have a problem?
Here's my bag, my spare films.
It's only a bit of vomit.
You spent your life nursing, cherishing your precious equipment, keeping it under lock and key. And now, this. Well, that's your photo knocked on the head.
Pardon?
No spare films now.
Haven't you still got some film in the camera?
Yes.
Well, we're ready.
We've been here since 9. We've had phones ringing, hay fever, morning sickness. You swap more positions than the Kama Sutra. I am down to my last exposure. What on earth makes you think we're going to get it in one now?
Do you know what's missing from your life? Optimism.
Ready?
I'd be lying if I said I was entirely happy with that one.